And amid calls for unity within the Democratic Party, a number of diehard backers of Senator Bernie Sanders are upset, as Vincent said, and unsure about how to cast their votes in November. Africa 54's Vincent Makori spoke to Angie Aker, a Vermont delegate and a Bernie Sanders supporter.
Well, Bernie Sanders is talking about things that a lot of us in the Democratic base of voters have been talking about for many years. And he's not new to this. He's been saying these things even before he was ever running for president for a long time. But, as a mom, my son is about to go to college next year. And, so free college for all, I think, is a right. I think health care for everybody is a universal human right that we should, as a developed nation, should definitely be on par with that right now.
Now, obviously, Bernie Sanders is not at the top of the ticket. What do you feel about that?
I mean, in the wake of the WikiLeaks emails that came out this week showing the collusion against Bernie Sanders by the party that was supposed to remain neutral, I think there are a lot of questions around what types of things transpired to make Hillary Clinton the quote-unquote presumptive nominee. I think there are a lot of questions about whether this was the actual outcome that should have happened. And so I don't think, as much of a long shot as it is, I don't think that Bernie's delegates are going to be ready to give up the fight so quickly.
But Bernie himself has actually said, well, let's move on. We want to unite the party. His spokesperson said, we knew this happened. We knew there was a some things happening that were working against Bernie Sanders. But now let's move on. Let's unite the party. Are you embracing their message, their call?
No. We feel that there's a lot of fear, a sense of obligation, a sense of guilt, that if we don't unify, that we're going to be the cause of Trump winning. If Trump wins, that is going to be the fault of the DNC for running a campaign for Hillary this entire time instead of letting the primary process play out fairly. There have been people from the beginning saying that, Bernie, if Bernie is the nominee, that he'll have a much better chance against Trump. And I think looking at the data that's out there, I think that's quite apparent. So I think if they want to take their number 2 player and put her up against Donald Trump, well, then the DNC has to bear the blame for that at the end of all this. So no, I don't think that this message of unity that the DNC is trying to present, this unified front, I don't think they're going to get that. I don't think that they can, especially in the wake of the WikiLeaks emails.
So you personally, how do you plan to cast your vote?
I plan to cast my vote according to my conscience. I think that there's a long-term and a short-term cost-benefit analysis to do between, who would be worse, Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. I'm going to be, weighing that all out very carefully. Jill Stein is definitely an option on the table as well. So I'm going to be weighing everything out very carefully and voting based on my conscience.
Now, that means you are going against the call of Bernie Sanders. You're a supporter of Bernie Sanders. He's saying Hillary Clinton and Team Kaine are 100 times better than Donald Trump, even on the worst, circumstances. Why are you not with them?
Because I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter, but I'm not a soldier. I'm not going to follow where I'm told to go because it was an order. I'm not going to fall in line. I'm going to do what, based on my own intellect, my own calculations, I'm not going to vote out of fear. I will not vote out of fear.